Digging Norway, filming out from his basement window. As you can see, the snow has fallen and settled. It's minus 10 degrees. It's been minus 10 degrees for a week now. We're calling it the season. 2009 is over when it comes to treasure hunting for my part. So it's time to have a look at what we found this year. Starting off with the clads. The normal circular money, the two on the bottom, half a crown, 50 öre, gives a very nice 32-36 signal, made of copper and nickel on the 305. The 1 crown with a hole in it gives a much deeper signal, much closer to 12, so it's much more ferocious. Moving up to 5 crowns, 10 crowns. The king there is our current king, King Harald V, and he's also there on the picture on the 20 crown, and you see the beautiful Viking ship on the 20 crown. The 20 crown is like $3.40, something like that. It's the highest nomination we have for coins. Altogether 220 crowns in clads, which is about $40. $35, and the tumbler that we are saving up for is 1,200 crowns. So we still need a lot of clad, and once we get the tumbler, we're gonna do all the coins, put all the coins in it, and the tumbler will make them look nice and shiny again. So that's the clads we found. Moving into the car section. This is two toy cars I found on the beach. Hot wheel or hot rod or what you call it in America. Nice cars, not very funny. I like this one a lot more. I dug it out of an old river that was overgrown. It was like walking in the jungle. The only thing metal about it is actually where the wheels are. The rest is some kind of rubber, except maybe from the face of the driver. I think it might be a replica, but I like to think that it's an old toy, old car. It's been lying there for a while. I think it's cool. Tent plug, you might remember. My first. I'm saving it because I'm gonna use it for this summer's expedition. I will be spending some nights outside in a tent, so it's cool to have a tent plug that you've found on your own. Obviously they don't cost anything, but I like to use one that I found. Piece of rope, I use it for diving. I'm gonna use this one for diving as well. Small ropes are always nice. This small bottle I found in the video I called The Hunt from Hell. It still has some of the content in it. It's dried up, but I assume it was some kind of lotion, or else you wouldn't be able to get it out of the small hole. Sadly I didn't find the cap, and sadly it doesn't have any marking. So, but it's still a nice fine bottle. I'll keep it so far. Walking in the woods, you find a lot of bullets, and some of them are old. This one is from the Second World War. You can see the year 1942. So this is the Germans or the Norwegians, probably the Germans, that been firing around in the woods. Some shotgun cartridges. This is a nice button. It's a sailor's button, and if you see on the back, it still has the metal attachment to the textile, and it's no rubber in it, probably made of copper, and I like it. Some keys. This is a box for a pellet gun. It looks Russian, probably from the 50s, 60s, who knows. Some junk jewelry, some old farmer's buttons. Moving on to some of the essential equipment you need if you want to succeed in treasure hunting in Norway. First of all, you need beer. Not for before the hunt, but for after. I specialize in this. Guinness. It's bloody beautiful. And you need this special kind of tobacco. It's called snus. We put it under our lip in small bags. You have them there for 15 minutes, so you don't have to smoke or anything. Gives you a nice buzz. If you get excited finding an old coin or something, first thing you do is that you take one of these to calm down. Moving along to the equipment. You know I'm a mine lab user. This is my first detector. It's an Xterra 305. It's an okay detector for beginners. It has a nice display, very good depth and sensitivity. A hint, first thing you do in program number 1 is to include, program number 1 is obviously used in trashy areas, include a discrimination of number 44 as well. The display goes from -4 being ferrous to 44, and if you just include 44 in your discrimination program, it will save you from a lot of bottle caps or pull tabs and make your day a lot more fun. My newest addition in the family is the excalibur. I'm gonna use it this summer. I'm gonna do a lot of scuba diving. We're gonna do a lot of treasure hunting at I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 meters around the beaches. We're also gonna do a pond, and you'll be able to follow this on the channel once we move closer to the 2010 season. This is funny. This is 10 öre from Norway from the Second World War. During the war, copper and nickel and silver and bronze was not allowed to be used in coin production, so they actually used zinc and iron, which is very hard to preserve. So this is what's left of 10 öre from the war. You can't get much out of it. You just know from the size and from the place that it's found, and from the fact that it's made of zinc, that it's probably a 10 öre from the war. This is 25 öre, quarter of a krone, in different years. This is the most modern one, King Olav the 5th, 1975. And also this one with the bird is also Olav. He made a whole series of coins with different animals on them, and it's funny to collect them. This is my favorite. It's a 25 öre. Not it's the king before Olav the 5th. It's the Danish guy I told you about, King Håkon the 7th, 1955. It's not worth anything, but I think it's still a nice coin. I like the font, I like the size of the number and the way they write. It's a nice find. I think it's okay. Moving on, we have different kinds of 10 öre, tenth of a krone. This is in the series of the animals. You saw we had the bird. Here we have a bee. It's still Olav the 5th. Same goes for this one. Here we have Håkon. I think it's the last year he made the coins, 57. Yeah, it's a 57, 10 öre. And this is an earlier 10 öre from the same king. My favorite find. It's from 1926. It was under a root. It took me 20 minutes to recover it. It's a very bad shape, but I was very lucky. I was very happy when I found it. Moving on, we have 1 öre. There's the other, that's the animal series. Here we have a squirrel. It's from 64, King Olav the 5th. And here we have 1 öre from Kong Håkon, his predecessor. And I believe it's from 51. It's kind of a bad shape. But it's funny, we have the same nominations, but we have different kings, and they all make their coins differently. And that makes it kind of interesting. Here we have 50 öre, half a krone. This is actually 10 krones. We used them all the way up into the early 19th, I believe. King Olav. This one is from 83. And then you have this big old 5 krone, which makes a very nice signal, like 20 signal. It's heavy, it's big. Here you can see King Olav the 5th. His slogan was "All for Norway, everything for Norway." He was a very popular king. Died in 91. And this is more coins, 1 crowns that he produced. Moving back to the animal series, here you have a horse. So in a particular time we made all our coins with the animal on it. I don't have them all, but I have some of them, and I'm looking forward to complete my collection. So there you have it. You have the coins which I've found, and the rest, and the beer. And I'm wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. Hopefully it will be mild again in February, and I'll go hunting, and you'll see more hunting adventures from Norway. Until then, happy hunting to all of you, and see you next time.